So growing up, I knew of God, but I didn't really believe in God. We went to church occasionally as a family. It was only really because my grandparents wanted us to. They were extremely Catholic. I think growing up I knew God was there, but I didn't have a relationship with him, and I kind of felt like he was this far off, distant being that didn't care about me. In school I got quite bullied, so my self-confidence was pretty low and I had no self-esteem or really any self-worth. So moving into high school, that kind of put me on a really destructive path with the wrong friendship group, boyfriends, drinking from a really young age, smoking from a really young age, drugs. I kind of just did anything to fill this void in my life that was constantly there. It was like this big black hole that was all consuming, pushed a lot of people away, and really became quite isolated and alone, and that aloneness was quite overwhelming. A friend from high school invited me to church, and I was a bit hesitant at first because my background of church, I really only went along because I could see how happy she was and how full of life she was and how different she was from when I knew her in school. I came along and it was our Thursday night Easter service in 2011, and I remember almost everything about that night. I remember where I was sitting and how I felt, and I remember the presence of God being so strong, and I remember feeling like I wasn't alone anymore and that God loved me and that I had a purpose and a plan for my life that was bigger than my own. And that was the night I invited God into my life for the first time. After inviting God into my life, I just kind of went for it. I dove into every single thing that I could because that's my personality. The Brekkie Club, it was called at the time, which is Pathways Level 1, and was baptised in the Holy Spirit, baptised in water in like 6 weeks of inviting God into my life. I jumped straight into youth ministry. The following year I did an internship, I did Bible college, I did everything that I could just to grow in God and grow in my relationship with him and get to a deeper revelation of who he is and who I am in him. Church to me is family. It's my home away from home. It's my second family. You know what though, I don't think I could imagine what my life would be like today if I didn't invite God into my life. The person that I would be, I couldn't even fathom because I'm so different, so much happier, and I know that God is real and he has a plan for my life. That's awesome. Stuff happens still, life isn't always perfect, but I know that God's for me and I wouldn't change that for the world.